text, audio, and video news of the globe from Scientific Television. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe with us. Thank you.
Now listen to the headline news. Deadly border fighting breaks out between Pakistan and Afghanistan. Single women risk rape and exploitation in search for better life in Europe. U.S. says progress made at talks with Ukraine on plan to end war. 5 takeaways from the blockbuster Netflix Warner Brothers deal. What Putin and Modi got out of Delhi meeting. Lured by lucrative job offers and sent to fight for Russia, Kenyans want their sons back. Vibes of Johnson Stark continues to break England hearts. My breasts are so heavy they cause chronic pain, but I can't get a reduction. Netflix to buy Warner Bros. Film and streaming businesses for $72 billion. Gunmen kill at least 11 people, including 3-year-old in South African hostel. Bloodshed was supposed to stop. No sign of normal life as Gaza's killing and misery grind on. Trump news at a glance. List of countries under U.S. travel ban set to grow. Policy paper lays bare Trump's support for Europe's far right. U.S. leader of global neo-Nazi terrorist group signals retribution for arrests. Now listen to the main detailed news. Fresh border clashes have erupted between Pakistan and Afghanistan's Taliban forces, with both sides accusing each other of violating a fragile ceasefire. Residents of Spin Buldak fled overnight as heavy firing continued for 4 hours along the long, volatile border. Several casualties were reported, including 4 deaths in Kandahar. Despite recent peace efforts, tensions remain high, and both governments exchanged blame for initiating the violence. The story highlights the rising number of women undertaking dangerous, irregular migration routes from Africa and the Balkans to Europe. Esther's journey from Nigeria through Libya to Italy reflects the severe exploitation faced by many female migrants, including sexual violence, trafficking, and repeated asylum rejections. Reports show a sharp increase in single women traveling alone, while European asylum systems struggle to address gender-based vulnerabilities. Senior Ukrainian and U.S. negotiators have urged Russia to show genuine commitment to long-term peace after talks in Moscow failed to yield progress. U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff and Ukrainian security chief Rustem Umerov held 2 days of discussions in Florida, agreeing on a framework for future security arrangements. Netflix's $72 billion bid to acquire Warner Bros. Discovery's film studio and HBO streaming networks marks one of Hollywood's biggest media deals. If completed, it would unite franchises like Harry Potter, DC, Friends, and Game of Thrones with Netflix's vast global platform. The move could reshape the entertainment landscape, expanding Netflix's subscriber base by absorbing HBO's 128 million users and strengthening its dominance in global streaming. Russian President Vladimir Putin completed a high-profile visit to India, marked by ceremonial honors, meetings with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and business engagements. Despite the grandeur, the visit produced only modest agreements in areas such as critical minerals, pharmaceuticals, shipping, and economic cooperation. No major defense or oil deals were announced, although both leaders reaffirmed their long-standing strategic partnership and emphasized expanding bilateral trade. The story highlights the ordeal of Kenyan youths lured into Russia through misleading job offers, only to end up fighting in the Ukraine war. 22-year-old David Kaloba traveled after being promised lucrative security work, but was instead given minimal training and deployed to the battlefield. His family lost contact after he sent a final message before combat. Australia's Mitchell Starc delivered a dominant all-round performance during the Ashes test at the Gabba. After taking 675 in England's innings and completing match figures of 10-113, he batted impressively, scoring 77 runs off 141 balls. His innings expanded Australia's lead from 49 to 157, setting up a commanding first innings advantage of 177. Stark became only the fifth player since 1963 to take a 5-4 and score a half-century in the same Ashes test. Melissa Ashcroft, a 30-year-old mother from Blairgowrie, has lived with chronic pain caused by her size 36M breasts, which weigh over 2.5 stone. She struggles with daily activities, including lifting her baby, and experiences shoulder and back pain. Despite seeking NHS breast reduction surgery for years, she has been denied due to having a body mass index, BMI, above NHS eligibility criteria. Her condition also makes exercise difficult, deepening her frustration and distress. Netflix has agreed to acquire the film and streaming divisions of Warner Bros. Discovery for $72 billion, beating competitors Paramount, Skydance, and Comcast in a major Hollywood deal. The acquisition includes major franchises such as Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, and HBO Max content. Both companies' boards approved the deal, but it still requires regulatory clearance. Gunmen attacked a hostel in Pretoria, South Africa, killing at least 11 people, including a 3-year-old child, and injuring 14 others. Police confirmed that a total of 25 people were shot in the early morning assault. Among the young victims were a 12-year-old boy and a 16-year-old girl. Forensic teams and investigators are working at the scene.